Good morning. Welcome to Transforming Soul Walks with me, Camilla Gisslow. It's windy. This is sort of part two of it's part two of your purpose. And we're going to talk about finding your purpose. I think I actually might post these two videos a little bit ahead of the others because it feels so urgent and so important to share this. And so this walk, I'm going to talk about finding your purpose. How do you find your purpose? Sorry, my mouth is really, really dry this morning. So bear with me. How do you find your purpose? Well, it sounds like a huge task, but I just want to start by saying that I think we all know that we have a purpose because we can feel it. Because the reason why we're unhappy, the reason why we're not content, is not because we don't have a partner, that we're by ourselves. It's not because we don't have the house. The reason why we're unhappy is not because we don't have children or whatever that you're telling yourself. The reason why you're unhappy is not because of these things. It's because we're not living our purpose. That is the core. And when we feel unsatisfied in life, when we feel that there is a lack inside of us, a hole inside of us, in Swedish it's called tomrum, and when we feel, oh, here comes my neighbor. God morgon! Tjena! Oh, I love my neighbors. I guess he's on his way to the gym. Anyway, so the reason why we feel empty, lost, is because we're not living our purpose. And it sounds so grand, living our purpose, but it is grand, but at the same time it's not as grand as you think, because in order to live our purpose, we need to use the gift that was given to us when we were born in order to heal what needs to be healed in life. Because when you heal what is meant to be healed, and when you use your gift, you're not going to need anything else. You're going to be so fulfilled that it's like you're just so full that you're bursting and it just overflows. That's what you're going to feel. And you don't need that wife, you don't need that husband, you don't need that house, you don't need that car, you don't need anything when you live your purpose. And I think the first step in order to figure out what your purpose is to start thinking about and marinating, go deep in to find what's your gift. We all have a gift, all of us. And the gift can be, if we take me for an instance, I know for sure, absolutely for sure, that one gift that I have is my voice. It's my singing, but it's also my talking, and and my writing. My voice goes through writing, singing, and talking. I know that is my gift. I know it because of various reasons. When it comes to the talking, I started talking as soon as I could. I guess I started out with all the weird sounds, but as soon as I could put words to sentences, I started talking. I talked to everyone. My grandmother, bless her heart, she's up there now. We're in Nangijala. Now she's in Värmland in a big red house with all her best girlfriends. She came to me the 2 nights after she passed away in 2020. She came to me and told me and showed me where she was, and they helped little children crossing over, and that was absolutely wonderful. Anyway, my grandmother, she used to tell me that wherever we went, I had to talk to everybody, and I was always this bubbling, smiling little kid and spreading joy. And maybe not all the time for my grandmother because I wanted to be everywhere and nowhere and talk to everyone. And then when I became older, I realized that my singing did something. And I've told you before about that magical happening, or the magical thing that happened in that little church on the Camino with my singing, and how it touched people, and they also said that it healed them. And I also know that every time when I sing, people say the same thing, that it touches them in a certain way. And my husband's aunt, Britt-Marie, she says it every time I see her, Camilla, you need to sing, and you need to sing. And so that's my gift. My gift is my voice. And I use it in different ways. Right now I'm using it I'm using it talking to you, but I also use it as a drama teacher to my students. And it's not so much when we do theater. It's when I'm in the room, and sometimes when we do improvisations, I tell them they will be given a headline or the name of the play, and then they need to create it. And then they perform it for each other, and then we talk about it. I'll ask them, what made you think of this? And sometimes they show their wounds. And then I use my voice trying to mend it. Simple as that. So we all have a gift. You just need to figure out what's yours. And in order to figure out what your gift is, you simply ask yourself, what gives me the most tingling feeling when I feel that I would love to do this? I love when I do this. Something that other people also can see. Maybe they tell you, you're so good at this. You're amazing at this. You can also see that it's something that was a longing in you when you were a kid, and other people try to dim that light. That happens a lot, and that is the ego, and that is the sadness and the pain in other people because they're lost. And when you're beaming, they want your light, and they try to get your light, and they don't understand that they're dimming it and what kind of pain it can cause you. So if you look back to when you were a kid, what did you just love to do? And what gave you the most happiness, the most satisfaction, when you felt as free, content? What was beaming inside you when you did something, and what did you do? What did you love to do? That's where you go. When you start unraveling that, when you start sort of lift the weight, I see papers in front of me, like you have something and then you put maybe a magazine over it, and then some other sheets of paper and something else. And in order to get what's hidden underneath, you need to lift these magazines and these pieces of papers off from whatever is lying underneath. And it's sort of the same way here. You need to peel it away, layer by layer, but you need to figure out what's underneath so you know what you're aiming for. So find whatever brought you the most happiness when you were a kid. I've said this for years, and I hear other soul teachers say the same thing. When we were 6 and 7 years old, I would actually go back to 5, because when we're 6 and 7, that's when we start in school. And before 6 years of age, you're the most of yourself when you're 5, around there, I would say, because you haven't been touched by the ego or other children's or adults' norms, or whatever it is. I think we get clouded when we start school. So when you look back to when you were 5 years old, what brought you the most happiness and joy, and then try to follow it as long as you can, like, and when did it stop, or what happened that made you stop doing what you loved, or aiming for having it as integrated and part of your life. Because if you're not living your purpose, you stopped somewhere. If you're not giving away your gift, you stopped somewhere. And you need to figure out when that happened. And I would even take it a little bit further and try to analyze to see, why did it happen? What happened? Like I said, for me, it happened in high school when I was 14 and 15 years old. Some kids started bullying me or tried to dim my light, and they succeeded. I let them. And then it's been a trauma around my singing my whole life, because my heart says the same thing. And you know what? I sort of just gave up a few years ago. I'm just like, no, I'm not going to sing. It's too painful. It creates such anxiety in me and pain. So I'm not going to put myself in that situation. And yesterday, when I was listening to Kathy, and she started asking these questions, I was writing down other things, and suddenly I think one of the questions were, what is your greatest pain or something? What is your greatest sadness? And boom, I knew exactly what it was. It was that I stopped singing. I wasn't using my voice. And I knew, I've known my whole life that was a gift given to me. But now I know what it was meant for. What I'm meant to heal is people. By using my voice. And I've always been a healer. Ever since I was a little girl. And I think we are all born to be healers. But we've been given different gifts in a way to how we're going to heal the world. And it might be that someone has the big grand dame, I was going to say, healing mission, like Dalai Lama. And then we have the little ones. Do you know, a good comparison is ants. And, god morgon. Ants. We all know what a big ant nest looks like. And every little ant has its purpose and its role. And some of them are to protect the whole nest. Some are made to protect the egg. You know what I mean? We're all important. We're all needed. Because that's why we're here. We're here because we're supposed to use our gift to heal the world. Well, sorry. Sidetrack. I'm good at that. Anyway, so when you start figuring out what's your gift, well, then try to ask your inner self, what can I do with this gift? What am I supposed to do with this gift? You can write it down, whatever comes to you, and don't what is that word? I'm trying to find the word. I can't even find it in Swedish, actually. Censor yourself. That's censorship. Don't censor. Is that the word, by the way? You know, sometimes if you watch a movie and you record a movie, but sometimes you don't get to see the whole movie because someone has cut certain parts in the movie. And so censorship, right? I think that's the word. I can't figure it out in Swedish either, so we go with that word. So don't censorship yourself. Don't censor yourself. Write down whatever comes to mind. You know, whatever that comes to mind. And then when you've written down every possible way you can use your gift, then you look at them. And what gives you that tingling feeling, that like almost feeling of being in love, then you know. It might be 1, 2, 3 different ways. As for me, in my ways, I feel that I have 3 different ways. One is by talking. I've been a public speaker, an educator for years now. And I know every time I'm up on a podium, on a stage, in a conference room, wherever I am, and I speak and I use my voice and speak about equality, speak about transgender rights, when I speak about my experiences, what I know that I touch people every time. And I'm not saying that to like, oh, you're so great. I'm following my purpose. I'm using my gift to heal the world, because that's what it's all been about these 20 years, is to heal other people's lives, is to heal and mend the exclusion that has been embroidered into the world. I know that I create awareness. I know I create an openness and inclusive. Why can't I say this word? Inclusive? No, inclusiveness. You know what I mean. I know that I create a healing, because every time people come up to me and tell me how great it was, what moved them, what touched them. I've been working at a regiment here in Sweden for 5 years, and both the head of this regiment and other people working in this regiment have told me that I've changed something, that me working with their recruits have changed something, a dynamic, within the regiment. And that's wonderful. And I get so happy every time. And it's not just because of me, it's because the people that work there that are also open for it. They are living their purpose. They're doing their part. And together, when we're connected and do it together, boy, that's when everything changes. So whatever triggers that buzz inside of you, when you look at the different ways how you can use your gift, well, that's where you should go. And you can do it in a profession, like this teacher Caroline. You can do it as also part-time thing. You can do it with your children. You can do it with your friends. Find your ways, because when you start walking your purpose, everything will come to you, you know? Everything will be presented. Everything will align with you when you're aligned with yourself and your purpose. It's the law, I was going to say the law of attraction. And it is. That really is the true law of attraction. But I was going to say, Newton's law. If you drop an apple, it will fall to the ground because it's gravity. And that's the same thing here. Oh boy, I'm already home. That's the same thing here. When you live your purpose, it gravitates to whatever you need and to wherever you're supposed to be. When you take those first steps towards, and the first step is to find out what is your gift. What is your gift for the world? And then the second thing is to figure out, where am I supposed to be with this gift? What am I supposed to do with this gift in order to live my purpose? And then you write that down, and you know, because it will speak to you. It will speak to you. And then after that, you start the walk. My angel says, start walking so I can start blessing. And you will feel whole. You will feel the happiness that we all talk about so much and that we all want to feel. You will feel content. You will be a beaming light, and no one can, you will be seen 1,000 miles away. Your wonderful, beautiful light when you're in your alignment. So go find your purpose. Go and find your purpose, because we were born with it. We're here because we have a mission. And the mission can be that you're going to be a teacher. Your mission could be that you're going to work helping children and families that are not doing so well by being a social worker. Your mission might be that you're going to be on the stage and sing. be a dancer, painter, and use your gift and to heal the world. And I believe that we're all here to heal the world. Oh, anyway, I think I'm going to stop here because the traffic is picking up. And I wasn't meant to sleep this morning, even though I told myself that I was going to sleep in this morning. But nope. I was meant to share this with you. I was meant to use my gift to live my purpose, and that is to help other people to heal their lives, find their purpose, and love themselves, and heal their hearts. And so I hope that I've touched at least one person. Maybe it's just one person listening to this, but feel free to write whatever comes to you listening to this. And you have the most wonderful and beautiful day today. Give yourself 10 minutes and just sit down and meditate and marinate on what is my gift? What is my gift? Because we all have a gift. We all of us, you included. I can't stop talking. I'm so excited. Well, I'm gonna go and marinate on a little bit my ways. Something happened to me yesterday. Something started tingling again. I don't know how. We don't need to bother about the how, by the way. The universe, life is gonna present that to us. It's gonna come our way. We only need to know what's my gift and how am I supposed to use it in order to heal the world, and what's broken, and then you start playing with it. You start having fun with it. That's important. Thank you, because I did not stop the video. This is so important too. You need to have fun with it. You need to experiment with it. That's where the power comes from. Because if we get scared and we feel like, I need to know every step along the way, or how can I do this, and how can I integrate this into my world, then we're stopping it. Because then we let the ego wants to make it hard and difficult. It's not hard and difficult. So when we play and when we have fun, that's when it starts creating this energy, and it will lead us in the right direction. Remember when we were 5 and we were doing whatever we loved, we had fun with it. We experimented with it. And that's what you need to do when you figured out what's your gift and how to use your gift, and experiment with it, have fun with it. And that's what I'm going to do today. I can't wait. When I went to bed at midnight last night, I couldn't wait, because I knew tomorrow I'm going to experiment. Tomorrow I'm going to have fun with this. And it enlightened, that candle, that light, that light. Yeah, it's a light, that energy. It just enlightened that inside of me last night. And it's been enlightening me since I woke up. And now I've shared it with you guys. So, all right, have a beautiful day and a wonderful day. And please share with me if you recognize yourself in this, and if you felt that you've been lost, and if you figure out what's your gift, I would be so happy to know. So please share it with me. Either DM me or write it here, or please. I would love to know. All right, lots and love, and have an absolutely amazing, wonderful day. Kisses and hugs. Puss och kram. Bye bye.